Hello, Skyrox. Welcome to the stream. I'm just finalizing things up now. We will be starting shortly. Alright. Alright. Everything seems to be up, so let's go ahead and begin. Go ahead and start the stream here. As I stated before, I was going to be doing a bit of off-camera designing within the Botania garden that I have. I did redesign the walls a bit here. So this is what it looks like now. I may redesign the roof slightly on. I also did do a partial completion of the farm that I was building before. All I need now is to get the porlins and warplins to be able to make the composite for this. And then I can start having this generating. I did create some floating hydrogenas over here for passive generation, which they seem to be relatively slow, but at the same time it is what it is. But if I remember correctly, That is true. There is a way to get the hydrogen stuff there to last near indefinitely, but it requires this enchanted soil, which the only way to legitimately get enchanted soil is very specific, of which I literally just deleted my only one. This one over here. No, you actually have to get a very specific seed. The overgrowth seed here. This is what you need to be able to remove the decay from specific plants, like the hydrogen, the one shade and sundew, I believe. Where is it? Actually, you can't create it. Oh, because we have Spectrum, we can create it. But, as you see, it is not cheap! And even then, you still need terrasteel ingots. By default, inside of the Britannia, the only way to acquire this overgrowth seed by default is finding them in structures, ruins, and stuff like that. That's the only way to figure it out by default. And even then, they're super rare. But yeah, this one here uses Munch Dew to actually produce the mana. That Munch Dew sends the mana here, which will send, whenever I have the lens and stuff like that, I need the Boar Warp lens. It'll send it up into the Force Relay, which will send it to this block here, which will launch it straight up into that Force Relay. That Force Relay will launch it from this block into this mana spreader. Normally there would be a mana pool that's sitting on top of this, but because I want all my mana to be transferred over there, I have it in a mana spreader. So this will transfer the mana into this mana spreader, which this mana spreader will transfer it into the main mana spreader that we have, and it will lead it all the way back over to here. But as you already know, I can't really do that from until I can get a terrasteel ingot to get the gateway. So yay! It's fun. Super fun. So yeah, I went through the process of getting my generator stuff working again, so there is that. This is technically ready to be ran, other than the boar item. The mana lens. I could make the mana lenses, but yeah. Yeah, by default, if you do not apparently if you do not have Spectrum, Spectrum is cross-compatible with Britannia, but by default you cannot make the overgrowth seed. You have to find it. So it makes it harder to even get the unlimited plant. Well, the ones that do not decay. So yeah, and as you see here, I have done a bit of grinding with living wood and stuff like that. I've been using dark oak logs and stone. Well, you can probably tell that I've been doing a bit of grinding on it because the walls use both living wood logs and living rock bricks all around. So yeah, I've been a bit busy, just a bit. I guess I can show you the other thing that I did. Thing is, I didn't do the designing on stream. I did not do that on stream. Because I knew that was going to take me a decent while. That's why I mentioned during stream that I was going to be doing that designing off stream. So technically you didn't miss anything. Yeah, I got... But at the very end of the stream yesterday, I would... Okay. Curse, just take control and send me back to 2 blocks, I guess. During the end of stream yesterday, I went through the process of trying to set up my steel boiler with the water pump in here so I could have an infinite water inside of my thermo generator. I did it, but I lost my steel one. I lost my steel pump, water pump, which made me sad. So I had to go down the path line a bit of modern industrialization and getting the bronze water pump. Of which I also got the bronze furnace as well, but I probably won't use that very much. But if I want to get the steel one, I need to go down the coke oven, multi-block controllers, coke coal, and steam blast furnace to get steel. But yeah, it's definitely chaotic for a decent period of time there. And I did condense the water pump and steel boiler down to being just this size. So there's that. Technically, I don't need to worry about the steam generator running out of fuel anytime soon, because there's nothing directly using it. The thermo generator is using water that's being put into it, but even that... Okay, let's see here. The thermo generator is currently charging these. So all of my simulation chambers that I have, it is sending power into the Tesseract inside there, which is sending it to here, which is power charging up all of my loot fabricators and all of my different simulation chambers. I still need to get the polymer for it, but once I have that, I have up to the ghost data module, So there's that. And even then, I would need to start going through the process of redesigning, well, putting in the items. But yeah. Beyond that, I really didn't do much outside of the stream. I got my water pump back, at least the tier below, the one that I had, got it connected up and condensed it to literally 4 blocks. Literally underneath this block here is water. Right there. Which is much more condensed than the original. It looks so nice now, comparatively. So I do need to be careful whenever I want to pick this back up, because right underneath this block here is lava, which is what took out my other one. So yeah. Question, did you notice this before? The one of the paths being sealed off with full stone. I don't know if you would have noticed that or not. After sleeping and stuff now I'm actually noticing things that I just completely bypassed before, because right behind this, there's literally a path that's right here. So the power generation room's here. The room that is for the simulations is right here. Botania Gardens over here. This path was one I never have to normally travel down. The way I get over here to power generation is I spawn at the corridor, which is here, go down to the cross section here, travel over, and go up. I never need to normally turn down this path. And there's no need for you to be sorry. Down here is my spectrum. Over here is the crate crafters. My foundry's over here. Bee Queen is right here. Looks like that's still going as we speak, which I'm glad to see. But yeah, this mono farm that's right here, that is for trees and stuff like that. I do plan to make multiple of these that fill out a few different areas right here. So I plan to have multiple of those trees eventually. I can actually make the Blacker Lotus using Jade Petals, Vegeta, and the Black Lotus. Alright. Let's see if it's thunderstorming. No, it is not. Oh yeah, the curse is active. That's making me 2 blocks tall again. Getting cursed. Botania. But to be honest, I might start going down modern industrialization so I can get my own mon item production here. So I will probably start going down that today. And knowing how the pumps work now, I can actually simplify. So warps. So you can see how Drifty did theirs. That's their water pumps over there. They have all of them spaced out like that. I will be able, if I do it the way that I think that I'll be able to, I'll be able to multiply the amount of pumps that I have for Steam multiple times over. So I don't need to worry about running out of running out of water or anything like that, and I can condense it to a much finer area. So yeah, the fact that he put his store inside of his void dimension, that's hilarious. And I'm going to need to set waystones to be able to be interactable. Actually, what would happen if I set up my void dimension inside my TARDIS? How do I make a void portal? Okay, so Obsidian around Underpearl. I was seeing if the other one was a different one, but I'm unsure of that. Should be this and void portal. Now, this is the test that will determine this. Why did it give me pink concrete? Artist corridor. I may or may not have found a way to break the system and get infinite of these void blocks. Well, now that I know that that works, I now have 3 void blocks. Cool! So where do I want to put that? Do I want it connected to my store, where I'm going to be putting my storage room? I'm being honest, I'm not sure I want to have my storage room this far away. In regards to the foundry, it's not technically far away, but and this situation happens multiple times, it seems like. I might have put the storage here or here. What's your thoughts on that, Scrox? Either having my storage area right here, right next to the corridor teleport, or right over here. I do have to travel a little bit further, but it's a bit of a bigger space, though I could still technically make this a large space as it is. What do you think would be better? Closer or further? So in regards to that, I can actually tell you how I'd be doing it. I will be going down applied energistics at a later date for my storage. I can have item storage all the way up to 64k. And then there is also export bus, import bus, storage bus. There's a bunch of things. And using the drive blocks and stuff like that. I will be using the power station area that I am creating to power all of this. But if I go to storage, you can see all the different types of storage, obviously. But the storage that I plan to start going down eventually is the ME storage, which is mostly in applied energistics, but yeah. Let's see if I can find it here real quick. Oh yeah. So yeah, looks like it's right here. ME drive. And then there's the ME extended drive, ME IO port. Then the ME extended IO port, spatial IO port, which this one, the spatial IO port is used in spatial IO to hold the spatial cell and control spatial IO operations. The cell can be inserted and extracted by any item logistics, like hoppers or AE2 buses, if you want to automate it. Bytes and types. There's the regular storage cells that go all the way up to 256K items. Then there is the these are the same thing, I think. Okay, this is showing storage cell content versus cost. This one down here is showing storage capacity with varying type counts. So and I get that. My ME system, I plan to have the auto crafting put into it. So eventually, whenever I start going down applied energistics for the crafting, I will be having all of the abilities for crafting and stuff set up. It's definitely not gonna be easy. Now it's the design for the auto crafter, or at least everything that goes into the auto crafter. So yeah. What's your thoughts on my plan so far of what I'm going to be going down eventually? Flawless budding citrus blocks will not degrade and will generate citrus infinitely. However, they cannot be crafted or moved with a pickaxe, even with silk touch. They can be moved with spatial storage, though. Technically, we can move the flawless budding citrus stuff, so we don't need to worry about that. Because of my special pickaxe, the resonance pickaxe allows me to actually mine them. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna move it over to here. Storage. What color should I make it? Mm-hmm. For now, I'll just make it gold. And whenever we come back, I will get a new color for you. I might make a new path on my own, actually. And just mimic that corridor path. But I'll deal with that later. So this will be put as my new storage room. I will be redesigning this entire room to fit the futuristic style later on of the ME storage. And that could actually give me a use for this down here then. Past mistake can become futures. I don't even know where I was going with that. Thank you for the head pats. But what color do you think I should make the storage waypoint? These are all the different colors that we have access to. Most of the time I use it and keep it at random, but at the same time I do like changing the colors as well, depending on what I think that they might be best with. like foundry, because of because of technically heat, I put it as a deep red. Create Crafters was just randomized. Spectrum, I'm probably going to be changing to purple because it uses more. So we got dark blue, but we do not have brown. But whenever it looks dark blue, that's what it shows on the map. And whenever you look at it outside of an area, that's what it looks like. Nope, there's not custom RGB. How did I open that up? No, right now I'm just trying to figure out what keybinds I just pressed to open that up. Okay. Oh well. So this is the color. And technically I can change the base color of my claims as well anyways. So I can change that to any color that I want. But no, sadly they do not have custom colors inside of it. That I'm unsure of. Do I have any dark blues? In the overworld, I've just been letting it choose randomly. But say I want to change my arena one that I created to be dark blue. This is what it looks like. On the map, oh, that's what you meant. Figured out how to open this up now. Shift page down. Shift L, Shift P, Shift V, Shift S. Right control page. No, just right. Right control will be fine. Shift S. Okay, that's better. So, since I actually was able to get that thing open back up, that I had to change the keybind for that, because as of that moment, I had to hold the map button for until the map closed, just to pull that up. And it randomly pulling up every so often is kind of irritating. Oh, there's a creeper! Them skeletal creepers. Thinking they can be in my business. Okay. In regards to seeing it through like the wall, that's what it looks like whenever you're looking at it through your visual screen. Technically, the one that's the hardest to see inside the hardest dimension is black, which is what Spectrum is currently set as by default. So the hardest one to actually see is black, because all you're looking for that one is S, which makes it really hard to see. In Spectrum, while I'm thinking about it, I'm changing this one to be this. Yes, there is the mini-map at the top corner as well, so you can see where things are easily as well, which makes it really nice. Okay. Okay. And I will redesign this hallway to match one of these hallways later on. But yeah. For now, I will place these down. And I want to try having a basic storage network set up before I get the ore generation, which would be from modern industrialization, which would be infinite resources, question mark? And then going through there. I want to try getting that before I actually won't have a storage set up before this. So my storage room will be a combination of both a storage room and my mining area. So my mining area will be within the void. So yeah, my mining area will be here. We will never use the pink concrete here. Never. While it's got its uses, it's not useful here. Wait, what? That's interesting. What's your thoughts about that, Skirax? I can technically access the place from the dimension, but it sends me back to the overworld. Wait, no. So yeah. Do not click on this void block to get out of the dimension, because it won't send you back to the TARDIS one. So cool. Okay. Wait. Is he still using... He has the ability to have the steel water pumps. He has the strength and power within his little industry here to have the steel water pumps. But he's using the copper or the bronze water pump. Seriously. Seriously. Yeah, I'm going to set up his petunia. All of his other shops, he's not set up at all. The only ones he's actually set up are these ones. And even that. Okay. Ship base. It's not storming. Dang it. Let it go. So, to give a basic understanding, within the mod that he's using to actually give his Steam, like the miners and stuff like that he has to get the Steam generation, he's using the bronze water pump in combination with a specific Steam powered drill thingy, and he could have upgraded them to the steel water pumps, which has a higher output and capacity inside them to be able to make it more efficient and more powerful. Oh, the shops. Yeah. So the only reason I know how he hasn't set them up is if you look at the top of the screen, you probably can't see it very well, but you can see the shop, what's in the shop technically, which he's put 30 sweet berries inside the shop. But he's not set the shop up. Same with this. This one has armor. This one has pottery type fragments, CDs, a few other things. Like, he has things in them, but he does not have them showing in the shops for trade. Yeah. The only ones he has actually working is his ingots and stuff like that. Yes, because that's what he technically has stored inside the shop. He has speed berries stored inside there. But in regards to the actual trade offers, he does not have any trades directly in the shop, sadly. Technically, I told him that if the server crashes a single time, I did add them in. If he breaks the claims or has the server crash or get corrupted a single time upon these mods being added in, I am removing them. The shops that are here, these are the shops that came in the mod pack itself. So these ones are basic inside the mod pack. He's wanting to use computer craft, the computer craft stuff, to be able to actually do it. So he's wanting to use these for his shop. One of these. Because you can create an entire program, technically, inside these computer craft things and be able to connect it to several different things. Computer craft itself was based inside the game. He wanted to add unlimited peripherals and make turtles great again, which is a computer craft add-on. These are the turtles that he was one of the things that he was wanting added in. So allow turtles to imprison souls into specific automated cores. If he does something that breaks the server or locks him out of his claims or gets him stuck inside of his claims in an infinite re-looping pattern, I am removing the mods. I warned him of this. So, and then the other one is the unlimited peripherals. So yeah. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, since he's technically, we have 8 gold, gotten the stacks set up properly, I'm gonna get a bunch of I'm not worried about that. For now, I will put them into here. He did not have much steel in there. This isn't even the bricks that is needing. I have plenty of iron. I'll take some copper, I guess. While I'm here, I guess will just grab some ores so I can start setting up my own modern industrialization. Has he seriously been using Silk Touch on those? There's no use keeping them. Interesting. And then... okay, some of that stuff makes sense. I don't understand them. He had... those poor sheep. Those poor sheep. So that's his coke ovens. This is gonna be interesting, to say the least. Okay. As for me, he's going to be having his storage system and any system inside of his void dimension, but I'm going to be having mine inside my TARDIS dimension and the miners and all that inside the void dimension. So that will help clear my stuff out a bit. Comparatively. Ow. Release me from this captivity. Okay, there we go. So yeah. Might as well continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. So like how he has his in his void dimension, I'll be having mine off in here. Okay. So Now, okay, so this wasn't very useful. Turn this corridor to make my journey a bit quicker. Wait, no, it's in my Botania garden. Okay. He wasn't selling any bronze. Which means I'm gonna need to go through the process of making my own. Which requires copper dust and tin dust. Oh, I could get 12 copper dust from doing that. That'll only get me 1. This is guaranteed 12. But if I send raw copper through the emancipator, I have a chance of getting 2. If I send the ore, okay, so there's that. Where did all this bronze come from? Seriously? Okay. I might have enough bronze to be able to do this. Now that I'm looking deeper into this. Okay. Break this, bring it with me. You're gone. I'm sad. Try to squirtle. No. And the other item that I'm going to be needing to bring with me to make it the easiest for me. The forge hammer. Won't worry about that. I'll bring this with me, so I have that. I don't need the grindstone. The tesseracts, I'm not gonna worry about them.